What's up, guys? Welcome to the Debrief. Today, I'm sitting down with Ashanti, who is a mother of her daughter, Brooke. And we're just going to have a chat, really, about mum life and just, like, the truth about mum life, labour, pregnancy, postpartum, depression, everything. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Love you. So, your age, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah. And how was it getting pregnant?
How was it?
Yeah. So, was your daughter planned? Was she planned? Was she like a pleasant surprise? Was she like, oh my goodness, what is going on?
Okay.
Like, talk to me.
Okay, so when we got married,
Yeah.
we were like deeply in love, you know, like that. We're still deeply in love.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That initial like, you know, honeymoon phase.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I just want to like make something with our love, you know, I want to express our love in
Yeah.
something. So it was either like a kid or a puppy. That was
I'm actually
literally.
finished.
Literally what I was weighing up.
Yeah, yeah. So, quick question. How long did you know your husband before you married him?
Well, we met in 2011.
Okay.
We had our first kiss in 2012. And
That's
he
so
was
cute.
a bit of an idiot. He was an idiot when we growing up.
Yeah, yeah.
So like when I went to uni, my mum was like, you got no like experience
Yeah,
university.
yeah.
So we broke up for that. And then in third year, he was like, emailed me because he was blocked on everything else. And just said like, I still love you.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we have a date? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet though.
And then we got engaged 6 months later, married 6 months later.
Wow.
And I got pregnant a month later.
Yeah.
So it was quite quick from that point.
Yeah.
I was like, just graduated before we got married.
Wow.
So yeah,
But
it's
you
quite
knew
journey.
that that's what you wanted.
Yeah, I was like, if we're back here, doing this again,
Yeah.
like if you've had a break,
Yeah.
and then you're back.
That's the
like,
thing. When
you're
you
like,
know each other from before, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, let's leave all this
yeah,
wishy-washy stuff. Like, we
Yeah.
both know what we kind of want.
and like
it's-
I dated around.
Yeah.
So like I did also know that
Yeah.
no one was
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
In
Like
his
Lloyd.
quirks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys are the same thing.
It's similar. Like, it's kind of like when if you were together from like 2011 all the way up to now, it's kind of like that's all you've known and all of that. And sometimes the outside can look like appealing and not for everyone, obviously, but yeah. But I think once you've had that time apart and you've had to like grow as well and be with different people, it's kind of like, actually these are not the kind of guys that I want to marry. Like the guy that I want to marry was
back there.
Your husband. Yeah.
So we got married then.
Yeah.
And so like when we got married, I was like, I just, you know, I want to like make something.
Yeah.
And then after like a couple of weeks of actively trying, we like had a chat, like a little, you know, touch base again.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, like this is actually quite a lot of commitment we're going into. Like we haven't really thought about what this is going to be like. Like, and he was like, well, let's just keep trying to the end of the month because in the films, I need to talk about that actually because in the films it's like, we're pregnant after like 2 years and it's like a big deal. So I was thinking it's going to be a long time.
Films, they don't even show that it's 2 years.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's just
like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and it's like...
The next clip is them like, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I just thought, you know.
There's no like real representation of like getting pregnant, finding out you're pregnant. So how was it finding out?
Well, I thought like, because we were like, we'll stop trying after the end of this month. And I thought, cool. Anyway, we stopped trying. And the reason I found out I was pregnant, I was on the sofa and I had like an electric shock feeling in my nipples. That's all I can say. That's literally it. And I Googled electric shock in nipples. It said early pregnancy. And I was like, got a couple of pregnancy tests, did them. They were negative. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. And I just moved on with my life.
Google, this is the thing with Google. Googling things on Google could either tell you that you've got like a hernia.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Or like a lump in your back.
That's what I thought.
Like, so it's kind of like...
But then another week later, I was throwing out the pregnancy tests and there was another one left. And I was like, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
And it came up pregnant. And in my mind... I always thought that like I'd have like this big way of telling Fraser and I'd film it.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. I wrote, "You're a dad" on a piece of paper, stuffed it in, like stabbed it through and just gave it to him. And he was like, huh? So the video I took was just Fraser like,
I'm actually finished. You didn't even go and buy baby shoes.
No.
Literally you used like your lipstick.
I stabbed
You're
it.
a dad!
I just stabbed it in. So he was like, okay.
Yeah.
But because we were just talking about stopping trying, he was a bit like, okay. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But like at that point, I was like, well, we've gone for it now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're in it. Like, let's just see how it goes.
What a blessing that it was so quick.
I know.
As well.
I think it was because I feel people like, but then it made it harder to express when it was hard in pregnancy. So I was like, how can I complain? Like some people are trying for a long time. I was like, I can't complain.
Yeah.
Which is another thing because like you need to be able to complain. Right? So I was a bit
you
like.
do. In every aspect, you need to be able to complain. But when you're new into it, and also like your circle might not be pregnant mums,
trying anything like that.
Literally, you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, like I'm really struggling to do it. And everyone's just like, well, it only took you a month. To conceive.
So
you're married, And people sometimes looking on the outside as well will be like, well, you're married. You know what I mean? Like, why are you complaining? You've got a husband. Yeah.
Or even through a long-term relationship, like, you've got a good man. Like, that should be enough. And it's like, but other things in life actually come up. So
how was your pregnancy?
I can't relate to people that love pregnancy. I cannot relate. There's literally nothing about being pregnant that I enjoyed. I was sick. I was sick as a dog the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Your first trimester, what was that like?
First trimester, all of them. I was just throwing up everywhere. Like, I was just being sick. I couldn't keep anything down. And the doctor was just like, well, that's just part of it, isn't it? So like, I was just sick the whole time.
That's another thing where you feel like you don't have the space to be like, this is hard, because it's like, this is normal. Like, you go to the doctor, they're like, okay, other women have been through worse.
The baby's fine, and just done with it. So I was like, okay. But I was really, really sick. I was really miserable. Like, we had to stop the car every like couple of miles for me to throw up. It was that bad. And I remember just being like, this is not what I ever expected.
Yeah.
I would just lay in bed.
That's what I'm going to ask you. Like, did you just keep yourself in the home?
I literally just hibernated. And I was like, I just need to sit in silence for 9 months until this is over. Basically, I just enjoyed it. And it was rough.
Yeah.
And it's not, I think on Instagram I expected to be like working out in the gym and like getting up and making smoothies and I just wasn't. I was just in bed throwing up.
Yoga and all these things.
I did nothing. I literally did nothing. I just ate ice cream and threw up and ate it again. Not the same one.
Stuck it back on the stick.
Just to
that room must have stank. Literally, I'm so sorry. What a mess. I love how you said not the same one. Why would I even think it was the same one?
Just in case.
No, but but stuff like that is. Did you have any cravings?
I craved Haagen-Dazs. Also, why Haagen-Dazs? That's so expensive.
Yeah, opening up a mortgage for Haagen-Dazs. Which one?
Haagen-Dazs pralines and cream.
It's my favorite. Sorry. So after this, go on, nip it in. But you know, to the point where I will eat it all and then feel sick.
Yeah, same. But I was already feeling sick, but I had to.
So good.
I had to, like the little salted sweet nuts.
Sorry, I'm just pretending it's on my finger. That praline. Yo, that praline. And when you used to find one.
I know. It's like a treat.
What a treat. I'd be like, do you know what? Today's going to be a good day because there's 5 pralines in this tub.
The fact the phrase would be looking over the chair. And do you know what's rude? I used to go to the shop and I'd get myself Haagen-Dazs pralines because I'm pregnant. Yeah. And I need that. Yeah. And I'll be looking
you're not, and you don't have
the Tesco own brand vanilla for him. So I'm thinking, he doesn't need nice.
Exactly.
But then because of that, Brooke's actually allergic to milk because I literally had so much like
ice cream.
And like milk. I used to be drinking like milk. I never drank milk, but I would just drink milk when I was pregnant.
Yeah, that's the thing about pregnancy.
Yeah.
So. I didn't really eat meat, but I was like, could do a Big Mac. A Big Mac that's pigeon.
Like that's actually
it's not even actual meat.
And it's actually a couple of burgers.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
And 3 buns.
Yeah. And some sauce and some lettuce.
But are you put off them now?
The fact that I know what's in it. There's special sauce in it. No, meat now. No, it's a no-go. Lloyd will be behind the camera thinking, no-go, you're a liar. Yeah. But I can't digest it. The next day I just feel like I'm like going to vomit.
I get a fillet of fish from McDonald's. I'm actually
I do, but it's so childish.
Childish?
Yeah. I eat a fillet
You're a
of fish.
fancy child. I was never allowed a fillet of fish when I was younger.
No,
happy meal or nothing. Like actually happy
literally,
meal or nothing.
Like 4 chicken nuggets. Don't ask for 6.
There's no option.
Literally.
It's a happy meal.
Literally.
I'll be looking at her quarter pounder with cheese wow.
She's like 3 fish fingers, no dip. All right. And you know what? Water.
And when it went up from £2.50, game over. I don't even see that.
No, I hear it now. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I'm like that now, actually, to be fair.
When we drive past McDonald's and my son goes, chicken nugget. There's chicken nuggets in the freezer.
They're not the same.
They're not the same. They're not.
the same.
They know they're not the same. You see how we go for the tangy wangy. Anyway.
Bring it back.
Right. So, you had cravings. What was the hardest thing about pregnancy for you? If you could pick one thing.
I think definitely being sick was the hardest thing. Because like if you're even just nausea, like just feeling sick all the time, so debilitating. But I think it was also just hard because like me and Fraser were going through, my husband Fraser, we're going through such different things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I was literally growing a human and like he could say well done as much times a day as he could. Yeah. And I still wouldn't feel like he fully fathomed like what I was doing, you know? And it was intense.
And I think that's also such a good topic because when we're pregnant, right, we're constantly like, every month you're like, I'm getting closer to being a mom, getting closer to being a mom. And they're not there. Because obviously they're not carrying the baby to duck. So you're kind of like mentally preparing yourself because you know that, okay, I'm getting heavier, which means baby's coming. And every appointment that you go to, they're like, oh, the baby's moving down. And you've got all these like, you've got all this prep in your head, right? And then when the baby comes, they're like, oh crap, the baby's actually here. And you're like, well, yeah.
The baby's been here.
Literally.
For 9 months.
Literally. And I think that's what can kind of like strain the relationship sometimes because it's kind of like, we both became parents at the same time, but I've been doing, but I'm mentally like clicked into mum life. Whereas I think sometimes it takes them like 3 months to kind of be like, wow, we're actually parents.
Yeah, and you know, my husband Fraser was really good with it in terms of like he would try to like talk to the baby in their stomach and stuff. But at the end of the day, like that's still, it's quite a forced connection sometimes because, you know, if it was a bit odd, like you're just talking to my belly. But for me, I was actually feeling like a developing connection with her because she was literally like responding to my voice and like, why 8?
And you would, that's what I'm saying. And she's not even here yet. And you know that when I drink cold water from something, she's like, oh my gosh. Like she's like doing the, hey Macarena. She's literally dancing in there. Whereas like Fraser has no idea. Like,
and I'd explain to him, like, oh, come feel. And then she'd be like, she's not moving.
Literally.
I'm like, okay. And he's just like,
literally.
Can I let go? So yeah, it was a bit of an odd one. So that was difficult for me because I was like, we're on such different pages. I feel really sick. And also like life was just going on. Like, and I think he found it really difficult because he has a life and friends and they still want to meet up and he still wants to go to football. And I just wanted him to be there with me every second of every day because I was in a rough place. And it was like, he'd just be sat there with me and I'm like,
this is it.
And he's like, just.
And did you kind of have like a little bit of resentment?
Yeah.
In a way. Because I mean, a lot of mums do. I mean, I think every single mum does, to be honest. I think some mums obviously don't really want to admit that because sometimes you're not in the right space to do that. But I used to be very jealous, even still to this day. Like, Lloyd would be like, I'm going to podcast. I'm like, or he'll be like going to meet his friends, whatever. And obviously I can do the same. But there's so much prep that has to happen if I'm going to go out for a meal or whatever. And I think sometimes like as soon as you have the baby, there's this resentment where it's like, your life hasn't changed. And my life has taken a whole 360. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like...
Yeah, I hear that. But then at the same time, I feel like one of the things I have to challenge myself, because I have to check myself a lot, to be fair. I have to check myself a lot. And I think like it's so easy to see your own problems. It's so easy to see what you're going through. And it's really difficult to like step out of yourself and empathize with that person. And like in the middle of my pregnancy, I remember feeling like, yeah, I'm going through it, but like I also get to connect with her, which is actually a pleasure as well. So I had to think like he didn't get to deal with the sickness, which was great for him. But he also didn't get to deal with the bond. So when she was born, I was like my baby. Actually, that's a lie. When she was born, I was out of it. But still, like I still felt like I had more time to get to know Brooke before she was born. And like we named her when I was pregnant, and like so I was literally speaking to her by name, like praying for her, like doing her stories. And I was always with her, and he just didn't know how to connect with either of us sometimes. I thought that was really hard. Like he couldn't relate, he couldn't connect. So I don't know.
And I think it's really good when you're kind of self-aware in that way to kind of be like, I'm on my journey, but so are you. Because that's one thing that I said this in the last podcast that I struggled with because I was just like, my baby, you know, and I was just kind of like, I pushed him out. And it's, you know, do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, I didn't really stop to think like, this is also a journey for Lloyd as well, because it's kind of like, he also had to go back to work. So I also had that time with my first son. So it's all of that kind of having like, being self-aware and also just having that conversation to be like, how are you?
I never asked how he was for
never did
2 years.
Never did I.
Because I'm not interested.
Literally. No, but for real. Because you're so focused on this new baby and like even just trying to keep your head above water. Literally, I need you to be fine because you're my kind of like
you're the steady one
person to lean on.
I hear that. That's hard.
Yeah, it is. And I think only recently, not recently, that's bad, but I think only like...
Only yesterday.
Literally. Only yesterday have I asked Lloyd if he's okay after the whole 3 years of us being parents, you know? No, I think only last couple of years have I really like deep, like, wow. Like men can also have depression.
Yeah.
When it comes to like feeling like they're left out, because everything is baby. And the life that you both had before is kind of like non-existent when it's newborn.
I know that.
You know
And
what
even
I mean?
if you can't find the mum community, they're there. And like when you do find them, you're welcomed in, and like the conversations are supporting and encouraging. But I feel like the dad's community is very different.
It is.
Like I literally push Fraser to hang out with dads, and they'll just be playing football. They never once talked about being dads.
Exactly.
And he'll leave, and I'll be like, so what did you talk about? And he was like, we just talk about the football. And I'm like, yeah, but you needed to also, you know. Yeah. But it's just really difficult for them. But like, at least I have spaces to express myself in like the mum.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a bit different.
It is. Because they'll say like, they'll say to each other, how's the kids? Yeah, they're fine.
Game over.
Literally. Should we just jump on PS5? Because it's kind of like...
That's fine, but it's just different, isn't it?
Because we're so into mum life.
Yeah,
that it's like, even remember before, like we even started like filming, we were like, lovely weather,
How's the
back to the kids. Because you can't help but speak about them, because they are the main, you know, the main characters in your life. So it's like, even if you have like a week off to yourself, it always rolls back to the kids.
Yeah, we're literally background dancers for the kids.
We are.
Just
literally, cheerleaders. Like, live your best life. Do you know what I mean? So it's
and we're there like povos. Like,
literally, yeah. They're wearing clothes from 2009. Yeah. We're in jeans from 2009 that are ripping at the shreds.
You said 2020 and
literally, yeah. It's crazy. But how was your labour?
My labour.
So wait, hold on, because you know.
Rewind.
Before the labour, did you have like an idea of how you wanted your labour to be? Because I think firstborn is always so funny, because you're like,
birth plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like the like classical music playing, and you know, I'm actually gonna
get
like someone who plays the violin,
honestly,
to come and play.
I still have my birth plan on my phone, and it makes me angry sometimes looking at it, because I'm like, what did I think was gonna happen? What spa did I think I was going to?
You think that you were so in control.
Literally.
Like, I used to watch YouTube videos and be like, look at how she's breathing.
Yeah. Watching people pack their maternity bags and just...
Literally.
It wasn't like that at all. No, I did have a birth plan, and I wanted to give birth in like the midwife suite, you know, where it's like a little bit more chilled. Yeah. Fraser made me like a active labour playlist and another playlist. So we had all the playlists set out.
I actually love that for him.
Like, that was his job, his one job. He did well. Yeah. So I thought I was prepared. And the thing is, I'm a control freak. So I really was ready to control it. I was already planning how I was going to like talk to the nurse and be like, no, do this. Like, I was planning it out. No epidural. I was planning out the combinations.
No epidural. We're doing this pain-free.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I thought I was going to do it pain-free. I honestly did.
No, but the labour pain and pain. You know, in my head, I was like, it's just like banging your knee.
No, yeah.
But it was a bit of pain, and then it's just going to ease off. No, darling.
I literally thought I was going to like breathe through it, and I was going to do some square breathing, and it would be fine. Yeah. I wanted a water birth as well. I just thought like she would just come out and I just hold her, and like people take pictures. I didn't have a photographer, so I don't think people take pictures. Sorry. But I thought someone was going to take some pictures.
Actually finished. Literally,
like black and white.
A wide angle, zoom in.
I thought,
and then they're gonna do a painting after.
Yeah, and nothing like that happened. Absolutely nothing. Like,
so talk to me. How did your labour start? So like, did you have her full term? Was she early?
She was a bit early. Yeah. And at the time, I was babysitting for someone. And I'm not.
I was babysitting
9 months
someone. Pregnant.
Yeah. I was just trying to be about my life. Like, I really thought like. I just didn't think it was going to surprise me.
But the thing is, funny enough, I'm saying that to you, but like I was the same. I was like, I'm gonna work all the way up.
Yeah, literally, that was me. Like I didn't want to admit that like I needed to stop doing normal life. I just didn't want to be taken over by motherhood already.
Yeah, you think? You're kind of like
last chance to babysit. So it's like, babysitting. Get a little bit extra money before the baby comes in. And then I just remember that I went to go to the toilet and I just like the mucus plug, sorry guys, it's gross. Yeah. But that happened.
Anyone who's watching this, if they think that's gross, literally tune out now. Let's talk about blood.
So like that happened. And I remember being like, wow, that means that something is starting. Like the process has started.
Yeah.
So I called up the personal baby. I'm really sorry. We have to come back and look after a kid because my kid is coming and I need to look after them now. And they were like, okay. So they came back.
Yeah.
And by the time I got back to my house, like I was starting to get contractions.
Oh my gosh.
And I was thinking like, this is happening quite quickly. I'm not quite ready for this. Like nothing, the maternity bag isn't ready. This was a couple of weeks early. So I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, Fraser got out the not active labour playlist on the speakers in the house, and he ran me a bath. And I was like, okay.
Oh, bless him.
Got in the bath,
Yeah.
listened to songs, he started lighting candles, like he was like ready for it. And I was laying there, and it all just stopped. And we were on the phone to the midwife, and she was like, "You've got too relaxed. Like you've actually relaxed too much, and now you've stopped the labour." So I was like, right, so I need to not. Okay.
So what do you mean? You want me to run back up the hill?
You get stressed.
Literally.
So then I was like, okay, I'm too relaxed. Cool. She was like, go to sleep, and then in the morning give me a call. So we went to bed, and I kept getting woken up by pain, which must be a lot of pain, right?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, Fraser, wake up. He's like, you're all right, babe. It's okay. Go back to sleep. I'm like, wake up! I'm giving birth. So I had to keep waking him up, and then in the end he was like, okay, we're up. He's like, let me run you another bath. I said, I don't want another bath.
That's what got me here. You could have had her yesterday.
So I don't want any more baths. It's like enough now.
Yeah.
So I ring the hospital. So he rang the hospital. Fraser's very like, he's non-confrontational. He's very like calm, chilled, opposite of me. So they're like, don't bring her in yet. You know, we don't have any space.
Yeah.
I said, is this Bethlehem? What do you mean there's no space?
There is no space at the end.
I was like, what do you mean?
At least lie to me. But at least lie to me.
Literally,
just say,
I was so
you're
stressed.
not ready yet to give birth.
Yeah, so they were like, there's no space. Like, you have to go to the other one, which was like an hour away. I was like, I'm not going to that one. I'm going to this one.
Literally. Is that the one that you was having all your appointments at as well?
Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to go to Oxford or wherever they were sending me.
Yeah, to a completely place that I don't even know about.
So I was like getting stressed. I said, Fraser, just drive me there. So on the way there, I suddenly realised, I started panicking that I hadn't eaten, even though, and I was like, drop me at McDonald's now.
Yeah.
We were in the drive-through while I had like contractions. I was like, Big Mac!
That's so
Big Mac!
funny.
So I was like,
that is such a typical, like, you know when you see like videos of pregnant women in the in the passenger seat, like, she's always in the car.
I was like, I need to eat before I go.
Yeah. No, I get that, because you don't know what you're stepping into.
Exactly. I heard like horror stories about them, like you only have ice cubes or something.
Literally,
I was like,
or they give you dry toast.
I need to eat. So I ate something. And we went to stay at his in-laws, like his parents' house, just while we waited, because they were like 5 minutes from the hospital. But I said, when we get there, don't tell them I'm in labour, because I don't want mother-in-law stress and brother-in-law stress. I just want to go and sit and wait. So they didn't know I was sat next to them in active labour. I was just sat there like
rocking back and forth.
Like a crazy woman.
Literally, they're like, okay, Fraser, can we just have a word? Like, she's a bit...
And we got to the hospital, and they were like, you have to wait in the car park, there's no space. And I said, I need to be checked, like, this is intense.
How women have babies in the car park.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I felt like, because I was handling the pain well, they weren't taking me seriously, which was also annoying me.
And when it's your firstborn as well, they're like, you don't know what
you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So they got us in this room, like, it was like an outpatient room for like minor injuries or something, just not where you should be. And I was laying there, and they bought this gas nair, and I took the gas nair.
Yeah.
And eventually, like an hour later, this lady came in and said, let me just check to see if you're dilated. She went, she's like, you're 7.5 centimetres or 8 centimetres dilated. I was like, you what? She's like, go. They put me in a wheelchair.
They put me in a wheelchair. And I was so high off the gas, and I was like the lift opened, and Lloyd was like, her head. I was like, literally, that's all I remember. I heard people talking and being like, oh my God, her head. And I was like, is my head falling off my neck, or this gas in there is mad.
I'm gonna lie, gas in there was crazy.
I want a canister.
That was great.
I want it.
I had a great time.
Same.
Fraser had a great time.
Did you have some?
Yeah.
I wasn't sharing.
Fraser was like,
how dare he? How dare he? I was literally, me and that gas in there were literally, I strapped her to me. I said, baby, don't you dare finish. When it finished, just like, get them another one.
When I went to the room, they had one straight out the wall.
Yeah.
And I was just...
That's my kind of place.
The fact is, I got so high off it, I started breathing out like it's a pipe. I was like...
Literally. Shisha.
So got in there. And you know what? I had a really nice midwife.
Yeah.
And I was having a great time. But her shift finished. And she was like, I'm really sorry, I can't stay anymore. And I was like, no, she's like, I can't stay, I've got to pick up my kids. And I was like, okay. The next midwife came in, and when I saw her face, I was like, yeah, long day. She looked at me like she hated me. She looked at me like, you're actually wasting my time.
Literally.
I'm like, but why are you a midwife though?
Honest,
she was like,
this is it. My midwife was not.
No.
Yeah, she was eating popcorn while she was checking my. Sorry.
Just drop one up.
Health, just say health and safety. Might be still a kernel. Might be a little kernel still up there. 3 years in, it's turned into a whole popcorn shop. Yeah, popcorn shop. Yeah, it's grown. It's been 3 years. The kernel's grown.
That's literally it. Like when I saw her, I was like, "This is not going to be good."
Yeah.
And the consultant, The consultant was like, also, he's like the ideal range for some enzyme, some hormone was like up to 23, and mine was 23.5. He said you can't go into the midwife suite. You have to be here. I was like, right. So this is already the birth plan. Just
oh gosh, out the window.
Just rip up the birth plan. Where's the music?
Literally.
I was like, what? This isn't what I expected. Yeah. It was so surreal. I was like in this clinical space and I was just laying there like, this is
and
already
don't you feel like like with labour, there's so much up and down. So like you come in, they check you, and then you're told that you're like 7.5 centimeters dilated, and you're like, wonderful.
Yeah.
That means that I'm gonna have her soon.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hold on, no, actually, because the ninth midwife's gone.
Yeah.
Which means that also plays a part
now,
in
my body's tensing back up, reabsorbing her.
You're not even dilated at all. Do you know what I mean? That's just like, do you know what?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Brooke's like, do you know what?
Actually, yeah.
I can smell that.
Yeah, look at her face.
Literally. Forget it.
So that happened.
Yeah.
And do you know, when my old midwife was there, when I say like I was dancing, I had Sean Paul on, I was dancing. I should videos later. I was dancing, having a great time. And then when this new one came,
I love that.
I remember feeling like the vibe was just very different.
Yeah. And that all plays a part.
Yeah, literally. I just knew in my spirit that this was going to go left now.
Yeah,
it'd gone left.
Yeah.
And at one point, she basically was like, she went to look and she was like, okay, your waters haven't broke yet. And she was like, do you want, while she was up there now, I'm just going to act it out. She was like this.
Yeah.
And she was like, do you want me to break your waters?
Yeah.
I was like you can if you want to.
Yeah, if you want.
But like,
if it's gonna make your day,
your head is already up there. So like, what can I can't really say no.
Yeah.
So she popped it, and then she was like, "It's gonna get really intense now."
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
That is such a surreal moment when they pop your waters.
Yeah. Did they pop yours as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's it's gonna go from 0 to 100 now.
Yeah.
And you just like nothing you can do about it.
Basically, and that's daunting again.
Yeah.
It's daunting because it's like, am I ready for what's about to come?
What's about to come? Yeah. Suddenly it was like, but then. Worse than that, the consultant then came back in. This midwife with her chest said, yeah, they've popped naturally. The waters broke naturally. And he was like, oh, you're ready to push then? So it was all a lie. It was all built on a lie. So he was like, start pushing when you're ready. And I'm like, but they didn't pop naturally. I didn't know what to say because I was like, I don't want to say something like, and then you're confused because you're like, did she pop them? Did she literally not? Because I feel like that whole thing is such a blur. Yeah. That it's kind of like, you can't even focus on one thing. Yeah, no. Sorry, just spat. Keeping you nice. And then, so then the guy was like, push. And he was like, if you feel the urge to push. Hold on. Literally. Pain relief? No, it's too late for pain relief at this point. Like, because so what happened? He was like, push. I had the gas in there. He was like, push. And I was like, okay. So I started trying to push. Nothing was happening because in my mind, I was like, they're telling me to push. I must be ready to push. Yeah. I don't know what the feeling is to push. They're like, you should feel like you need to push. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Push. And anyway, funny, Fraser set up the camera to film Brooke entering the world. Yeah. I think he filmed me poo for about an hour because nothing happened. Nothing happened. The phone storage ran out and nothing came. So I was like, what's wrong with me? I was like, I'm broken. Like, I can't, I don't know what's happening. And then the consultant was like, out of body. Literally. But like, I wasn't ready to push. I don't know why they're making me push. Yeah. So then basically the consultant came back in and was like, it's too late now. You're in distress. The baby's in distress. We're going to just have to cut her out. And I was like, okay. And he said, and it's too late for us to give you an epidural because... Ashanti, you're lying. No. So they came in... After all that. They came in and they gave me 5 injections in the wall of my vagina. 5. And then they got forceps out. The lady put her leg up on the end of the bed. Oh my God. I was like, out of body experience, game over. The foot up. Like she's trying to get, like when people go fishing and they've got caught a big fish and they're like, oh, Don, she was doing that. And I was literally just laying there like, and then they just said. And this is all natural. You can feel. I can feel everything. I could feel everything. Like I actually felt like I wanted to die because I was like, I can't do this.
gosh.
Fraser was just looking at me like, what is happening? Like, what in the Saw movie is happening? And anyway, like she was pulling, and then I just saw her grab this thing and just cut and pull her out. And I remember feeling like something just happened. Something just happened and it hurt. And then they just toweling off of it. I'm hearing us like crying. And not to be gross, you want to cut this out.
No, it's not gross.
I literally could hear like what I thought was like water running, and this person was like moving things. And my sister, who was there, was like, "You were just bleeding so much." They were just moving bags out of the way. I was like, so I was just bleeding out. I was just laying there, just take me now. I was out of it. Nothing. I hated it. Like, and then they put this little alien child on me, like my daughter, and I remember my sister was like, when you see her, you won't know any love like this. And I remember looking at her like...
But don't you think, but this is what's crazy, and I think this is something that needs to be spoken about, right? Is that it's going to be so magical when they put it type of... I remember when they put my son on me, I was like, don't do that. I'm shaking.
Yeah, literally.
It's actually not safe to do that.
I don't want,
I'm going to do this.
I'm
and
out
he's
of it.
going to fly. And then you're going to look at me like, you're not ready to be a mum.
Literally.
Because you're literally so numb that it's like, what is actually going on?
Honestly, it was insane. And they put her on me, and I remember feeling like, looking at her like, this, I just felt really odd.
Yes.
And I was like, I didn't feel like this massive sense of love. I just felt lost.
Yes.
I just felt confused. I just wanted to go home.
And
I was like...
No, but literally.
I was like...
And do you know what? This is honest, right? I remember when they put my son on me and I thought, you're the one that's been causing me all this pain.
Yeah! This was all for you. And like, I felt like, whew.
Like you're here.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm happy, but I'm so out of it.
Yeah.
That it's like, what the hell is going on? Like I haven't even had a moment to think.
Honestly.
Like, and
it's just, you're just there. And then Frank started taking pictures of me and I was just there like.
Literally. Me, I don't think my eyes were even open in the picture. I was like this.
Yeah. Crazy. It was actually crazy. And like the pictures I took, even Brooke looked shook. Brooke looks like, both of us look sick.
I need to burp. Sorry, bear with. There's no order in this, you know? It's all just
in this.
So what was the duration between that?
I think I was in labour for 12 and a half hours. Lol.
But so when they broke your waters and then she was here, was that like boom, 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 boom?
From breaking the waters, it was an hour of me having a poo, and then
oh my god,
she came like 20-30 minutes after that. And they said to me, they were like, you have to like be able to pass, like you have to be able to go to the toilet.
Yeah, because they keep you in hospital until you do.
Until you go to the toilet. So I remember being like just giving Brooke to Fraser and sitting on the toilet, and he and my sister were like pandering over the nurses and that, and I literally just closed the toilet door and I just sat in the toilet. Apparently I was there for about 45 minutes. I was just like, I can't believe it. I was in shock. I just didn't want to like, I don't want to come out. I was in pain. I don't want to come out. I literally just in the toilet, sat on the loo, like
literally. I was on a wheelchair chair. You know, like the I actually think it's like a wheelchair, but there's like a cutout. That. So I was literally sat there, and then I remember like, I think I turned the shower on, literally just sat there like this. I wish I could get that footage.
Do you know what? That just wasn't how I expected it.
This is it. I don't know what I expected. It wasn't that. And then I remember I got up from the toilet and the floor was just bloody. Yeah. And I literally just stood there like this.
What the heck? You're just out of it, aren't you? Like I was just out of it.
And I remember touching my belly like,
it's all empty and squidgy and
so weird.
It was so weird. I felt so out of my own body.
Same.
And then because it was getting late, they were like, okay, like visiting hours are over. And they're like, you guys are going on the ward, like me and Brooke, and Fraser's got to go home. And they put me in the ward. I got little Brooke in the bed next to me. Baby should have their eyes shut, but she was just looking. So she's looking at me. I'm looking at her.
And you're literally like, so this is it.
It's like, who are you?
Literally.
Who am I?
Literally. No, honestly, who am I?
It was surreal. I felt like I was in the Matrix.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. So that whole night I was just laying there in the dark, like hearing other mums and other babies and looking at my baby every now and then. And it was just
Did you breastfeed?
Yeah, I started. It felt really weird because I'm like, I didn't know what that was going to be like. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, and I felt a bit grossed out.
Yeah,
if
same.
I'm honest, because I am very like literally. I'm literally like, get off.
Yeah.
Can't believe I actually have to.
And it hurt.
It hurt. It hurt.
And it's very.
I remember when they put my first son on my boob, and I was just like, get him off.
Yeah, honestly, it's horrible.
Where's the bottles? Where's the formula? Why is no one helping? Literally,
they won't because they want you to do it. So they won't. They're like, no.
They didn't give me bottles.
No, they wouldn't. No.
And in one of my lives, I said to anyone who's pregnant, and I will say this until my face goes red. It probably won't go red because I'm black. So if I add some blush, then yeah. But if you're having a baby. Okay, Lloyd, zoom in. If you're having a baby, okay, pack your own formula.
Facts. Because they won't give you it.
Even if you want to breastfeed and you think it's going to be this magical journey, the first couple of days, there's no milk in the breast.
Yeah.
There is no milk in your boobs. Like, they will make you feel like...
What do they call it? They call
colostrum. Colostrum. They got a liquid. There's nothing in the boobs. There's nothing there, okay? Your milk hasn't come in yet. I don't care what anybody says. 4 drops of colostrum. They're like and think about it. Literally. Imagine trying to squeeze...
Go on.
A stone out of a tube, a straw, okay? A thin straw. That is what it's like at first. Yeah. Right? Because even if you do have colostrum, it's up here.
Honestly.
So how long are we going to take for us to get to the milk? And I didn't know that. I used to think like, as soon as you have the baby, the colostrum's going to come in. Don't get me wrong. There are mums that pump way before.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Never did I. Because get off my boobs.
I was just lost.
I was so confused. I just thought as soon as I had my son, the milk would flow.
Yeah. And she's looking at me like she's hungry. I'm like...
I don't know what you want me to do. Apparently it's enough. Apparently your belly is the size of a blueberry. So you should be able to have this colostrum. You should be full. If anything, you should be bloated. Do you know what I mean? So that's another thing. Please pack your own milk. They do them in Boots. They do the pre-made bottles that are already sterilized. Literally, I brought the whole box. Yeah, you never know if you for my second son. Yeah. You never know how long you're going to be there either. Yeah. Like, what if you have a C-section? I didn't realize that either.
I thought I'd be going home. I just thought they'd give the baby and we'd go home together.
Yeah. But my first son, like you said, I didn't know, but it's going in second time. I was like, listen, I'm bringing a whole box of formula.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how long I'm going to be there. What if I have a C-section and they don't let me out?
Or they need to be in some extra care.
Yeah. You don't know.
You just don't know. But I didn't think like that when I went. I just thought, bish bosh, get the baby, leave.
My first son, I had no idea about what could happen. Whatever.
The thing is, you watch all those YouTube videos. What were we watching? Because I watched so many things, but yet I knew nothing.
Because nobody's talking about this. Don't you feel like, right? Nobody was actually telling the real.
Yeah, it's true.
This is why I wanted to do this mum series, right? Because I feel like there's so much information that is being hidden.
Yeah.
And just because you're talking like freely and real about something doesn't mean it's negative.
Yeah.
It's just opening your voice to talk for other people.
Because they put like a 30-second clip of like, and then the baby's there.
Literally.
And it's like, but...
And they don't talk about the trauma after.
Yeah. Ooh.
The trauma after.
The trauma after.
The way that it can make you not want to have more children. The way that it can make you look at other people and just think like, you don't know how easy you have it.
Yeah,
it changes your outlook completely. Right, cool. So your labour, you had Brooke.
Yeah.
How long was you in the hospital for?
I was in hospital for that next day.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, they were still forcing this whole breastfeeding thing, and they weren't. I didn't feel very supported.
Yeah.
And I remember just saying, "I'm going home now." Yeah. And they were like that would be against the doctor's orders. You have to sign yourself out. Yeah. And I was like, "Cool, I'm leaving." So I signed myself out that day, and I remember like trying to put Brooke in this car seat and feeling like I was going to break her. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, I couldn't even pick her up." Baby? Like, there's all pictures of me and Fraser, like, I was like, I don't know how to pick her up. She's stuck there.
Literally.
Like, I didn't know how to. And I put him in the car seat and like, they had those little head things.
I know.
And I was like, and then tucking you in. And I was like, and he was carrying on. Like, don't rock.
Literally, no matter how many classes you go to, because you know, were they called antenatal classes?
Yeah.
You
don't know,
Bring a real baby. Bring a real baby to these classes. Yeah, a newborn baby, different. Obviously, it's not hygienic for us to be parcel with a newborn. But I feel like
still,
they need to make like a dolly or something that's like the same weight as a newborn and for you to have an idea of like how to carry the baby. Because
all their weight's in their head. It's just
this is it. Like, they've got the floppiest necks you'll ever see.
So scary.
And it's even like changing them, like their limbs. You're so scared to like break them, and they're just so fragile. Yeah. So you went home. How was it going home?
It was fine. I remember driving back and like, drive safe.
Literally.
Drive safe. We've driven everywhere and nothing's ever happened. And I still was like, drive safe.
Yeah.
Like, drive slowly, like, take your corners.
Yeah.
And she was just sleeping, like, she was happy. But obviously, when they facing back, I remember sitting next to her and thinking, and do you know what? Like, she was asleep a lot.
Yeah.
I'll constantly,
this is
you
it.
breathing.
Yeah.
You breathing.
That's another thing.
Nothing's happened, but
literally.
you breathing. Why?
But you think that if you don't check, the time you don't check,
that'll be the time.
Yeah.
So I didn't leave her side that first 6 months, first year, because I was constantly just like checking, like, are you alright?
Yeah.
You know, like the amount of time I sent to the doctors, that it was mad.
Yeah.
It was a mad time. But we just went home and we were just like, it was so surreal. So I was like, what do we do now? Like, you know, there's so many like things out there. Co-sleep, don't co-sleep, bedside crib, this crib, this crib. Let them cry, don't let them cry. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
This is it.
Don't know what I'm doing.
I still don't.
I don't know what I'm doing now still. But she's fine. Like, she's survived.
Literally,
whatever I've done, she's survived.
You're doing something.
Yeah.
You're doing something right.
If you get a compliment on your kid, take it. Because it's like, don't know what I've done something.
Literally, yeah.
She's a good kid. So,
every birthday I'm like, buy myself something nice. Yeah. I'm like, another year survived.
Another year.
Yeah. Which is a very long time. It's a very long time. In toddler years, that's 100 years. Because these kids are crazy.
They've been through a lot, It was a mad time. I actually can't remember much of that first year, to be honest with you.
Same.
I don't remember.
Do you know I only remember through pictures?
I don't even have that many pictures either. I have pictures of her, but not of me. I don't think I wanted to be in a picture.
No, I wasn't in many pictures. But I mean, like, if we went to like a playgroup, I went, we went to a playgroup on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I would remember. But saying that, couldn't remember.
Yeah. I look back and think I was depressed. Probably because
100
have to have been, because I was so out of it.
Yeah,
I was so miserable. Like I remember like calling up the doctor one time because I was like, I can't do this. Like I actually can't do this. And they were like, that's how every mum feels. Like I'd hold her and feel like, what if I just throw her? What if I just throw her up in the air? Like I know that sounds terrible, and I never did.
No.
But I would always just feel like,
listen. This place, this space.
Safe space.
Nothing is terrible. No, honestly.
I hear that.
Because I get it. Like I would never look at you and be like, flip it out.
Yeah, but it
call it social services.
It's just like,
no, never. I get it completely because you're like, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's so much responsibility.
So much.
Literally have someone's life in your hands. Yeah. And like if I'd never had been around a newborn. I'd never done any of that. And suddenly it was mine. And it was like, oh my God.
Even if you are, you give that child back.
Yeah, literally.
When it's someone else's child.
Mine.
Day in, day out. And when you're a mum, they look at you for everything.
Yeah.
So everyone will be asking you things like, where's the nappy? Where's this? Where's that? I remember when I had my first son, right? My mum saying to me like, where's his nappy? Where's his nappies? And I'm like, in my head, I was like, what? Are you asking me? Why are you asking me? Then I was like, I looked in the mirror, I said, I'm somebody's mum.
I'm the mum.
Oh.
For the rest of their life.
Yeah.
People will be like, where's this? Where's there?
Yeah.
Where's the diploma?
Yeah.
Where's the mum? Where's my passport?
You literally.
That's it.
It's me who has all the answers to everything.
Except I have none of the answers. I didn't know. And like I didn't want Fraser to leave my side because I wanted us both to be back all together.
Yeah.
And like everything was such a big thing. Like her first bath, we were just like,
literally.
What's the temperature?
Literally,
Taking the temperature at five different thermometers.
Yeah.
Putting her in. I was Googling it. How long should they stay in the bath?
Yeah.
Like it was just ridiculous. It was so much work.
Yeah.
Every single thing was like taking her out. Is she hot? Is she cold? Is she breathing?
Yeah.
Is it too high? Is
Literally,
it too low?
yeah.
Is it too tight?
Literally.
Oh my
all
goodness.
of that. Summer. Are they supposed to be?
Summer was definitely because she was born in July, and I remember just being like, layers, not layers.
Yeah.
Hot, cold.
Yeah.
Tell me
Literally.
what do you want.
And when they're crying and you've done everything,
oh my gosh,
like they've eaten, they've got a clean nappy, you're like, what is going on with you?
I just cry with her.
Literally.
I'm like, I want to cry too.
Literally, because I don't
Fraser
know.
Looking after both of us. We're just both there like,
change my nappy because I'm also wearing a nappy because I'm still bleeding.
My gosh, I forgot about that.
I'm still bleeding. Yeah.
I feel. Oh gosh, that's not a good time.
Yeah.
Also, like when my milk came in. I don't know did you have a day like did you wake up one day and your milk had come in or?
Let me tell you when my milk came in, right? My milk came in, I was just putting in my underwear, I was changing myself, right? I want everyone to close their eyes, envision this. And my boobs just started leaking. And you know I did this. Ashanti, I went like this.
What?
There's a leaking thing happening in the attic. Literally, I looked up because I was like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you first have them, you think that's when the milk starts flowing. So I was just like, what the hell? Checking my legs, I'm seeing like...
Just a dip, dip,
I was like, am I dying? Is this what happens after? And I checked my boobs, I was like, oh my God, my milk.
That's so weird. It's such a weird feeling, isn't it?
Such a weird feeling. Like I felt like a cow. And I said, moo. Yeah.
I went to bed a D and woke up an F.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I need a new bra. Do you know what the joke is on me? Because I actually went to Ann Summers that day, or one of them shops.
Sorry.
Got to keep it saucy.
Phrase. Why am I shortening his name? Frace.
Speed race. I went to, I'm like, what reason now? I went to a underwear shop.
Yeah.
Got measured up, got my bra.
You got measured? Wow, you're serious.
No, because I was like, I need new bra. Nothing will fit now.
Yeah.
Obviously, that lasted about 2 days before my Brooke just removed everything from me. And I was back down to something anyway. But, I just woke up and I was like, wow, they were rock hard and full of milk. And I was like, what the heck do I do with all this?
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
She doesn't want all of it. I was literally drowning her.
Yeah.
She just
literally.
And I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
You're giving her milk facial.
Yeah. I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
So it was a lot. And like, I
Did
think...
you pump?
I just never could be bothered.
Yeah.
And I found it was like a lot of work because I was so concerned about the sterileness of things, like the pouches and the pump and like if it's coming out straight out of my boob to your mouth, it was fine. I just could never be bothered.
I hear you.
And it was just me and Fraser.
And it's just another thing to worry about. Yeah.
So I think I did start pumping near like further to the end of the year.
Okay.
But like at the start, it was just me. She was just attached to me the whole time, like all the time, and it was just like whatever. I just deal with it.
Yeah, that's impressive though.
It was a lot. It was actually just a lot, but it made me laugh.
But have you deeped how impressive that is? I don't think you have. I don't think you've stopped to think.
You?
We're not talking about me. We're not talking about me. Honestly.
Yeah, but as a fellow mother, you know that you don't.
It doesn't matter.
You know that
it doesn't matter. But I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you.
Know that
I'm saying, have you actually stopped? Your daughter's 3.
No.
Right? Have you actually stopped to deep?
No.
How incredible that is.
It is. I know. It is.
Even if you breastfed for a month.
I know. It is a mad thing.
It's incredible. Because it's mentally the hormones that come. Like I used to feel physically sick.
Yeah.
Before I used to
feed. It does feel like it's literally coming
literally. I used to feel sick when I was about to feed. Like I'd get really bad anxiety. Like, oh my God, here we go again.
Yeah.
And like to push through all of that. The sleepless nights, the fact that you're even able to kind of like get to even 6 months, let alone a year, to have enough milk to pump, is incredible.
I felt like I was so stubborn. I was just like, I'm just gonna firm it. Like, but where we like co-slept, it was so uncomfortable because like you would just wake up and like, how have you? She would just have be drinking.
Yeah.
I'd wake up and think, well, you've just. No privacy, no.
She's wiggled her way to your bra. She's even said, Nice bra, mum.
Literally.
She's unclipped to herself.
I used to just sleep.
No, that's called on tap. That's
I used to sleep
breakfast in bed, huh? I got your nipple. She's taking the mick.
And she just go back to sleep, belly full, and I just wake up drained.
Literally.
And I was working all through the night, trying to be a cow.
Yeah.
It was heavy, man. And like, I had very sensitive, like, I don't know, I can't remember what it's called now, but like where it like just, what triggers it to go? I'd hear someone else's baby cry.
Yeah, that's normal. But that's another thing that nobody speaks about.
Yeah, it was so weird. And like even like,
timing, like say for example, you need to go to get something from the shop. Timing that because you're like, if I'm in Tesco, right, and she needs to feed, I will literally just start
and like
drowning.
For me, it was like because I think it's triggered by like serotonin and like even like if Fraser'd like be like, "You're right, love, give me a kiss."
Yeah, honestly,
I was like, "Wow, relax, Ashanti, like relax."
I'm actually leaking. And they're like oil. I don't miss that feeling before you feed.
No.
And the fact that can we talk about also, right? This is something that people don't talk about, right?
Tell them.
Breastfeeding, okay? Breastfeeding. When you feed on one boob, the other boob leaks.
Yeah.
Right? That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Second thing, as soon as you have your baby, when you're feeding the baby, you're still getting contractions.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Facts.
You're still getting contractions. You know, I actually thought I was pregnant with twins.
Because you were like, wait, so
there's another one. I was actually ready. I was like, shall I push again or what's going on?
It was a weird feeling. I remember that.
It's so weird. And it's like...
And it's painful.
This is things that people don't tell you. Even if you have a good support system, there's so much information there that people don't share with you. Maybe they don't want to overstimulate you or whatever it is. Yeah. But I think it's really important to know what you're stepping into, you know? Because it kind of prepares you a bit more. You know?
And the two scary things, mastitis, I don't know if you ever had that, where like...
When you get the milk clog?
Yeah. And the other thing was cracked nipples.
Yeah.
And that balm did absolutely nothing.
But you know, I thought cracked nipples was like just normal. Like I used to be like, oh, there's a bit of my nipple in his mouth. Oh.
That's fine.
Nice.
Enjoy.
Yeah, literally. Taking me...
I'll grow one back.
Literally. You're actually taking me with you. Okay.
No, yeah.
But yeah, all of that. And when they're cracked, it's so far gone that no balm.
No balm. The balm does nothing.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late and it's painful. And like Brooke went through a phase where she actually just like, when she was done, she was...
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just say I'm finished?
Literally.
Please?
Or just come
Excuse
off.
me. Yeah. Just
Literally.
And I'd literally
Literally. Honestly. The pain.
I'm doing everything. Why are you biting me?
Like, the pain. And even when they start teething, when they got teeth.
That was the time I wanted to stop.
Yeah, that's when I started. When I was really starting to pump because I'm like, I can't do it. And also, Lloyd needs to help.
Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't even think about Fraser's involvement like that. He'd done nothing at that point. Yeah,
Fraser living his best life.
He was.
He's like, well, you've got to breastfeed, so let me.
Yeah, he'd wake up and be like, oh, you sleep well? No,
literally.
No,
are they joking?
Lloyd
used to say that
to me too. Well.
He slept all
night.
Even
now, I don't sleep well.
Yeah, he slept all night. I'm like, why do you think both tits are out? Yeah. Look at the way I've woken up. Literally. Look at the state of me. Do you think he slept through? Do you think I'd look like this if he slept through the night?
Yeah.
It's all of that.
Though, I feel like Instagram had romanticised night feeds for me. I was like, I'm going to get a little chair in the corner, a little snack bar, mini fridge. I'm gonna get my book, little rocking chair. First of all, the budget wasn't allowing that. Firstly. But also just wasn't the reality. I wanted to sleep. Yes. I want to be in my bed. I just grabbed and just
feeds are brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. Even if you've got support, they are brutal. Because if you're breastfeeding,
it's alright, you get emotional, it's triggering.
Just picturing myself. Black bags. And the chair's not a rocking chair, by the way. No, that's just me. That's my body doing that.
Yeah, I don't have.
They are brutal. Any advice? What advice do you have for the night feeds?
For the night feeds, what advice is there? I can't say. Feeds. The thing is, I would have said co-sleep, but I can't advise that because it's a scary world out there, isn't it? It's like it doesn't always work and things happen. I don't want to advise anything.
Everything is scary.
Yeah,
because. Right.
I co-slept the whole way through and you weren't meant to. And when the midwife would ask, I'd say I wasn't, but I was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But when you're breastfeeding through the night, right, it's easier.
It's so much easier.
Or at least have an open.
Yeah, I did have that. But I don't know. She'd end up after the first breastfeed to be there. And the thing is,
because you can't see. Like, I lost my vision during the night. Literally. So it's like, I wake up and be like.
Just feeling.
Yeah, I'll be like, where's the baby? And I'm like, oh my God, he's
the thing is, I know for a fact when I was sleeping, like I held space for Brooke. I literally,
I would have back pain.
I slept around her for like the whole 7 or 8 months. I just carved my whole body around her. Fraser couldn't be near her. And no one could. Like I kept her. And I made it so I couldn't roll over myself. And I slept like that. And you know, the first time she slept in her own bed, I remember being like, wow.
Literally.
So comfortable.
This is what it's like.
Even you can sleep in your belly for the first time and you're like, oh my God.
It's fantastic.
Wow.
It is fantastic.
That was a good feeling.
Like when I stopped breastfeeding and I could sleep on my front.
You're like,
because before they felt like rocks. Advice I'd give.
Yeah.
Advice I'd give. What, to a new parent? Who am I asking?
Who are you asking? Yeah.
Are you asking me? Oh, basically, I'll tell you the answers. Loads looking at us like we're crazy, right? Advice I'd give, give yourself grace.
Facts.
Give yourself some grace. If you can stop to just deep what you're actually doing.
Impressive.
Honestly, give yourself some grace. Buy yourself something nice. The baby will be fine.
Yeah.
If you've got like a spare £20, go and buy yourself like pastry. I don't know, a pastry. Go and buy yourself some nail varnish. Something that has only got to do with you and not the baby. So I'm not talking about going to buy yourself a new breast pump. No, that's for the baby.
Yeah.
I'm talking about something that's solely for you, right? Because I know that money is hard. I know that, times are tough, but if you can spare like a £5, go and buy yourself something nice. Go and buy yourself a new tea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Even make yourself a tea. Do you know how mad that is? Just to be actually like, no, but you can be in the toy. Like I get her one of those toys that you sit in. Yeah. And I still stand there looking at her.
And you're starving. Your belly is rumbling.
Go now. I can go, but I would just sit there watching her. Like
she's gonna be okay.
And like to be fair to my friends, like they would offer like, we can sit and watch her. No. Yeah. No, you're not watching her. And like,
Can we talk about that? Oh, you are segueing into beautiful topics. I like you. I love it. Because that's another thing. Wait, another advice. Sorry, that just came into my head. Buy some zip up baby grows.
Zip up baby grows. Not
zip up. No.
I know. I would do them wrong and just leave it.
Literally.
Like,
literally, his whole nappy would be out. I'll be like, well, it's easy access because I know in a couple of hours I'm going to have to change you. One thing that I think people should ask for, if you're doing a baby shower or you're doing gifts, whatever, ask for zip up baby grows. Zip up baby grows are expensive, but
change the game.
In the middle of the night,
just
you just zip it down, pop their legs out, zip it back up. Yeah. When you've got pop zips, pop buttons, it's long.
Getting the phone
and then you
can
also literally, it can also make you feel like you're not good enough as well when you can't
even do the poppers.
You're like, I can't even do anything right. You know, it just adds to mum guilt. Firstly, secondly, like I said, give yourself some grace, buy yourself something nice. Thirdly, take a day away from the baby, not a day, but like a couple of hours,
even an hour
away from the baby.
We'll do it,
for a second. Get outside, even if you have to take the baby with you. Get outside, get some fresh air, and you know, like outside, I know can be very daunting, it can be scary, but get outside when you can. Yeah. Right. Segue. We went into the segue of friendships. So,
okay.
What was your friendships like?
I think there was 2 big changes in my friendships: marriage and having Brooke.
She said it.
And you know what? The people that fell off when I got married, intentions weren't right, clearly. Because they said, oh, you're off the market now, see you later. And I had a lot of guy friends. I thought I had a lot of guy friends.
The other thing, there was obviously more of an intention.
I thought I was a lad.
Yeah.
I thought I was one of the lads. But when I got married, they said...
Literally. Don't even want to talk about football anymore with you. See you later. No,
and Fraser deep did from the start, so I was like, okay, cool. We're down to a bit more of a slate through.
Yeah.
And then when I had Brooke, like, I felt like all of my friends had to be able to be with me in both settings. Had to be with me as a mum and with me in like a going out setting whenever that happened again. And for a long time, that was what I was stuck in. That's what they had to do. But actually, like, I realised I'm still understanding how to be around myself as a mum. How do I expect them to? They're not, you know, it's not fair. So then I started being like, okay, some friends are for this time, some friends are these times. And like, I'm lucky now that, you know, all of my friends are really supportive. That's good. That I have left. But that doesn't mean a lot didn't fall off in the last 3 years. Because some of them meet up with you and they're like, oh, talk about something else. Like, but what do you want me to talk about?
Do you know what's so crazy?
I don't have anything else to say.
Honestly. Even talking about something else feels weird. Because I'm like, am I talking about this because I want you to think I'm like not just a mum? But when they're newborn, you are just a mum.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
what can I do?
Like when they're like 6 months to a year, that whole year, first year, you are just a mum because you're just trying to figure out yourself, trying to figure out all of this stuff. And then even when you do figure out who you think you are, it's not who you are.
No.
Because you go through different seasons.
It's going to evolve, And I used to hate people like, I miss you so old Ashanti.
Yeah.
Cool, what do you do about it?
Don't you think that I miss
her?
her
So just put her back up there and just like start again.
Don't you think I miss her too?
Yeah. And I was like, that's not healthy. Like it wasn't, that's not what I need to hear. I need people to support me and be like, I can't wait to see what new Ashanti we're gonna cut. Like, you know, not just like, oh, I miss when we used to go out every night. Cool.
But literally, but when I go out, you know, the next morning,
I still have to get
the
up at
baby's
6.
looking at me like, hello.
That's what they don't get.
They don't care. Like
when
my life
actually
is
run from the club. They're like, where are you going?
Literally, because it's either like I go out with you or I sleep. There's no like both. I can't do both. And I think that it's so interesting how friendships can change because I think so you're Ashanti, right? And then you're pregnant Ashanti and then you're mum Ashanti. Right?
But I just think it's pregnant Ashanti and then back to Ashanti.
This is it.
It's like, no, but
this is it. I have been a completely different Ashanti being pregnant.
Yeah. You've been Ashanti.
Yeah.
How was that?
Do you know what? It was lovely. I prefer Ria, but anyway. But you see, I'm speaking for you. But I
hear that.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're pregnant for 10 months. So it's like you're already a different person anyway. And then you're another person. So you're like 3 different roles in like 10 months, basically. And it's like your interests change. You look at the world differently. You're like, all the things that I was doing before wasn't really bringing me joy right now because it's like your main focus is Brooke.
And as my friendship group got smaller, because at school, I felt like I was friends with everyone. I felt like we were going to all grow old together. And like now I've got like a small group of friends, but like I know that we're all going to grow old together. Do you know what I mean? Like that's it now. We're locked in. You're locked in, they're not switching up. Do you know what I mean? Like,
literally, they better not.
In. You're not going anywhere.
Literally, because they've heard it on here.
My child loves you.
Literally.
You're not going anywhere. You're locked in now. And I think like, for example, like we have a couple of married friends as well, which is a real like blessing to us. And like our friends Rachel and Jacob, they literally meet up with us and I don't have to ask. They'll just be playing with Brooke. They just hold space for us. You know what I mean? Like they're like, why don't you guys go for a walk?
Oh, lovely.
And I'm like, yes, we
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah.
And like I trust them, they've been around her, and like I was big on those friends. Like those friends you don't have to ask. They just know, they come, they bring soya milk.
Literally.
Thank you. I was running out. Do you know what I mean?
Literally. Yeah.
I'm big on those friends, and I've got some friends like I love them and they just want to do party. And then I'll just go home and I'll chat to them in a couple months.
Yeah.
And that's cool too.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Because
like,
you need both.
Yeah, exactly.
You need both.
Every couple months I want to do a mad one.
Literally, yeah.
I'm like,
do you know what? Literally. Should we go
I'm out. Yeah.
Literally, I'm outside. You need those people, because that also helps you to identify who you are again.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if you're kind of like always around like mum friends and all of that, sometimes it gets a bit like, I want to talk more about things that have nothing to do with the kids.
Yeah.
I kind of want to block that out for a bit because it's always something that's on my mind. So it's beautiful that you have that. Because a lot of people, they don't.
Yeah, no, I want to do both, and like, but then I say that like when I do go out more recently, I do think to myself, this is actually where I want to be anymore. Like the joy I get in my heart, like I get joy when I see my husband and my daughter, and that's joy. Yeah. Like when I'm in the club, I'm not getting much joy anymore. But that's okay. I just go for enjoy it, have a little dance, and go home. Yeah. But like, even if I stay out at my friend's house, I'm still getting up at 6 because my clock is just
honestly, literally.
Who wants to eat a bit?
Like, literally.
My friends are like, go to sleep. Yeah. Like, we don't eat till 12.
Literally. And you're like, by 12, I've got a headache. Yeah. Because I shouldn't be in bed this long. Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, so it is different. But yeah, friendships is a mad one. But I think after a couple of years, it does settle out.
It does.
There's not really much. And like, you meet people at nursery. I don't know if you've met like mums at nursery or...
I don't speak to anyone at the school gates. Yeah.
Not even a little, how's the weather? You must.
Hey. No, I just say, right. Yeah. Do you know what it is? Because I think a lot of the parents at my son's nursery are all very similar. And I'm not. I'm not. And I think they think that I'm younger than I actually am, because they're like in their 40s.
Like a teen mum.
Yeah, literally. They're like in their 40s, which is not, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
but we just don't.
Different. Yeah.
It's just different. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I do say like hi and bye. And there's one mum that my son's really close with her son. So they like always like talking whatever. So she's lovely and we will talk or whatever. And I actually want to do a play date with her because my son keeps asking about him.
Shout out.
He's like, where is he? He's at his home. He has a different life. His whole life isn't nursery, bro. Do you know what I mean? So there's that. But I'm very skeptical about making new friends and stuff like that, just because not everyone is like got the same mindset as me.
But then you don't want to surround yourself with people with the same mindset all the time. Echo chamber.
This is not therapy.
Sorry, guys.
Don't do this, because it's going to be like, so how did that make you feel, Ria? Open up how you feel. Open up your heart. No, I hear what you're saying, but do you know what it is? I just don't have the time. Like my personal time, I like to speak.
You don't have to justify yourself.
No, I do, because you're judging me. No, I feel like my personal time, I just like to be around people who get it, like you said.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know, like I don't want to be around people that have to apologize for like not reaching out, or be around people that expect me to do this and that. And like, no.
Yeah, I mean, like I say that I've only got like there's one person that at the school who like I walk to school with them and walk back, and like I just love it, and that's like a great time. Yeah. But I think like I personally, like I'm naturally a mum in some senses, but I'm actually not naturally a mum in a lot of other senses. Like it doesn't actually come naturally to me, a lot of it. Fraser, it comes really naturally to. Yeah. So he has always done most of the school runs. Yeah. He's in all the mum groups. He's like, who's going to the park today? I'm like, not me. Not me. Before I go to pick up Brooke, he'll be like, just to let you know, this person's mum is just going on holiday. And I'm like, okay. Bumping into everyone like.
No, that's me.
Fraser knows everything that's going on with everyone, and I'm just antisocial and useless.
No, you're not antisocial.
No, but I am. Not in that context. I am.
You're not.
Because when I get there, I sometimes think, like at work, love work. But like I don't hang out with anyone after work from work. Yeah. Because like we're paid to spend time together. We've done that now. Literally. It's just and like at school I sometimes feel like that as well.
Yeah. And do you know what it is? Sometimes when you take that equation out. Yeah. Like for example, like
if you took school out, what do you talk about?
Yeah. What would you talk about? And I think that is another thing that I've learned going into like my 30s. Is that
you're an adult.
You know? I'm an adult. She's a baby. I'm an adult. Because there's only 3 years, but those 3 years are completely different because she's a baby and an adult.
Tell me your wisdom.
No, yeah, because I've got my head screwed on. But I don't even know what we're having for dinner. Anyway.
You're not cooking? Anyway.
Train of thought gone out the window. I've completely forgot what I was going to say.
You were saying,
when you take the
context.
When I take the context, I take the context out, like, for example, if we didn't both work here, we wouldn't talk. Because there's been times where, like, the people who I've worked with before, when they leave, we're like forcing it.
Let's meet up.
Let's meet up. And then we meet up and they're like, so does still work there? And it's like, I don't want to talk about work. So what more do we have left here? And that's what I'm saying to you. I want to talk to people who, like, it's not a coincidence that we've got something in common. Like, we actually have something in common. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear
So
that.
I've kind of just, like, I'm very careful about who I, like, speak to and, like, and also a lot of mums aren't being real about motherhood, which I completely understand. Not everybody
and a lot of
feels
them have
like they
different
have the
experiences
space.
as well anyway.
This is it. Not everybody hates it.
Yeah.
Some people love it.
Imagine.
No, literally.
No.
Not everybody finds it difficult.
Well, I think people have varying levels of support because I know there's some like mums that I know that will be like, yeah, the nanny's doing this and this is doing this and then the childminder's coming around and I'm like, do you know what? I'd have another kid if I could do all that.
Could have a nanny.
Yeah. If I had a nanny.
I'd have a living nanny. I'd have a chef.
Honestly,
I'd have a cleaner.
literally.
But I'd have a cleaner who knows exactly how I want the house to look.
Yeah, like a tidier and a cleaner.
This is it.
Not just cleaning.
This
I want
is
you
it.
to tidy
I
as
want
well.
you to get rid of the dirt in the crevices of the...
Reorganise the shelves.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I want.
And then tell me where everything is.
I want someone to go through the drawers and tell me what's too small and then put it in storage. That's what I want.
Just hold it up to me.
Yeah, that's what I want. I also want them to
and then
do that
buy
for
me some new stuff as well.
This is it.
Yeah.
I want a person who's going to shop for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they pay.
Woo.
Yeah. That's what I want. But yeah, wonders shall never tell. But this is what I'm saying. So yeah, some mums don't find it difficult. Some mums enjoy it. Some mums, it's not all the same brush for everybody.
But I mean, like, having to work, and I say having to work because cost
of living crisis is crisis of living. The cost of living crisis
that
is rocketing the world.
Yeah.
It's not actually. It's rocketing
our world.
Our world. Yeah, I need to stop saying that because some people don't feel it.
That's what I mean. If you have to work, it's very different. It's
completely
For the mums that don't have to work, and like I say that knowing that I stayed at home with Brooke in the first year, and it's also really hard in its own right. I'm not saying it's easy, but when you don't have to work, it's a little bit easier. Like,
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it's easier?
No, I don't believe that. Like, there's people who don't have to work.
Is that to make yourself feel better, or
everybody needs to work? That's how are we gonna make the society go round? I'm chatting rubbish. I'm just jealous.
You're just jealous.
What would I do with my time? I would literally probably be pregnant again.
Just for glance.
Just because I'm just like got free time.
What else do I do? Do you know what? I because I used to live in like quite an affluential area because of my work, not because I could afford to be there. And I met like a lot of ladies that were like, they don't work, they have hobby jobs. She'll just have an interior design business that she doesn't really do, but it's just there for like her husband gives her money and she just kind of just designs houses for fun.
Yeah, literally.
And like I observed that lifestyle, and you know what? Like, it is very different. Like I used to spend time with women that, like, the thing that they did for the day was just go shopping.
Yeah.
That was the activity of the day.
Yeah.
And I used to be so jealous. I'm like, I want to go shopping for the day.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do that. And when I was staying home with Brooke, I realised that, like, oh my goodness, there is literally nothing to do but tidy and shop.
Yeah.
And buy more things to tidy.
Yeah.
And like, if you're not doing, like, maybe you go for a massage every day.
Yeah.
Eventually you get bored of that.
You would.
Get your nails done every day. They can't be done anymore. There's no infill left to do.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
if I had limited money, after the first 3 months, I'd done out all the activities for every day.
Yeah.
And I'd be just bored again.
That's what I'm saying.
But I still want money. So
of course.
I still want to be rich.
When did you go fund me? All the link below. No,
I hear it's going to be mad.
But it would be a different outlook if you had that money, because you've been brought up a certain way.
Yeah.
I think if you've always had the money, it's just like the norm. It's just like you don't even think it's a luxury because it's just the norm.
But like with my daughter, I used to think to myself, I couldn't stay home with her and do fun things because I can't afford to do something nice every day.
Yeah.
But then when I deeped how much I was paying nursery.
Yeah.
So if I paid myself that every day, we could be doing activities every day.
We'd be going everywhere.
And that's quite sad.
That's something. But you mentally wouldn't be able to do
that.
I
wouldn't want to do that, no.
No, because they get to an age where they have to go to nursery. I'm so sorry. Not everybody agrees with me. Yeah, yeah. Some people have the patience of a saint.
What age would you say that is?
1.5.
That's the limit. I feel that way. I think
1.5. From 1.5, send them to nursery because
even a couple days, just start easing them.
Honestly, let me tell you, when it got to 1.5, it got to a point where my son wasn't interested in the toys that we were playing.
Yeah.
Even if I tried to do like stuff that they did in the same play,
They
like
want to
play
socialise.
groups, they don't care.
Yeah.
We're still in the house. We're still in the same bubble. Even if you take them to the same place, you have to take them. You know? I used to put him in and be like, just gonna pop to the toilet.
Yeah.
When really, I just want to run.
Yeah.
I just want you to look after him for me.
Yeah.
Because again, it's another planning, like, have I got enough snacks? What is this? Like all of these things, the mental load, this is something that we were talking about before we started filming. The mental load of motherhood is what drains me. Not the physical. The mental load.
It is a lot.
The fact that even before I go to sleep, I've got all these things in my head of, we're doing this tomorrow and I've got to do this. And it doesn't ever stop.
It doesn't stop.
So
it's constant.
It is constant. And
if you go away on holiday, you still think the same things. When I get back, I've got to do this. I hope this person's remembered to do this.
This is it. Even if you trust them,
yeah.
even if they're with their dad, you'll still be thinking, did she eat?
Did he really do this?
Yeah. And it's like, it's, and I think sometimes when people say, just relax, sweetheart, cherry air. I don't know how to relax, bro.
There's no relax.
When I sit down, I'm literally sat and I'm like, there's toys underneath that, under that unit. I need to clean it. I need to
shake it.
Literally, it's like sitting and being relaxed. I feel lazy.
Yeah.
I feel lazy and it's crazy.
That's really bad though.
It is. It is.
I actually.
But now I force myself to sit down. Like Lloyd knows. Like in the evening when I sit down, I'm not getting up until we're going to bed. So if I need the remote,
okay, I hear that. Yeah.
If I need to go to the toilet, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Literally, it's all of that. By force, I force myself and say, Riz, sit down. Because I would literally be mopping, like last night, mopping the whole
up until, it is true.
It's really bad. Even us buying, like, you know, we were talking about, like, buying ourselves nice things, buying clothes. Impossible. That is something that
Guys, this £10 jumper.
Literally.
I'm paying it off in 3 installments because I don't want to spend money on myself.
Literally. But if that was broke, what would you do? You'd buy a 5. You buy them in different colours and you'll come home and be like, Fraser, look what I bought.
Yeah, and these ones go with these.
Yeah, and they match the leggings.
But what about
Brooke?
And Brooke won't even care. Brooke could wear a bin bag. She's happy.
She doesn't care. If anything, she'd actually have more fun in the bin bag. Yeah. Because she'd be like, Mummy, look, I'm a robot.
Yeah, no. She doesn't care about being fashionable.
This is it. And this is something that I'm forcing again for myself going forward.
Yeah.
To buy myself something nice.
Yeah. It is hard. Also, they grow out of it.
They do.
I might grow out of some things, but it takes me longer.
Honestly, it will.
So, like,
it will.
I don't know why I'm spending more money and this won't fit you in...
All the different seasons as well that we go through with the kids. Like, you'll buy them a winter jacket, next week it'll be sunny. Then you have to pack that away. Whereas with us, like, you could wear that winter jacket and just put, like, a light t-shirt underneath.
Yeah.
It's all of
just
that.
Different, yeah.
So I'm forcing myself
so true.
to actually buy myself something nice. And, like, even if I go out, which is when... I will buy myself something nice. I'll buy myself a new top.
Yeah, force it.
Because I deserve it.
You have to get in the habit. I know you do have to get in the habit. And like you can't, like I said, you can't treat it like buying something for them.
This is it.
Is your treat for the day.
This is it.
It's like I went shopping and I got all these bags from Primark. Yeah. What did you buy?
What did you buy for yourself?
I bought myself one earring. And I bought her 3 bags.
Literally, of clothes that she doesn't care about. Yeah. And I'm still wearing the ripped knickers that I had from 2019. That's ripped to shreds like a Rottweiler has been at Menuni. It's a joke. It's a joke. Sometimes, like, I'll put on the same knickers, right? And I think if Lloyd sees me...
Embarrassed.
I should be embarrassed. I should have shame because it's unravelling at the seams. It's disrespectful.
Do you know what, though? I just don't feel like guys feel the same way because when I said to Fraser, like, what are you doing? Like... You know, how can you just sit there and the dishwasher hasn't been done and this hasn't been done? And he's like, I'm just relaxing.
This is it.
It's time to relax.
And I will do it. He'll be like, that's Lloyd. He'll be like, leave it, I'll do it. And I'm like, no, but when I think to do something, I do it as I'm asking.
But you know what?
But I think I need to
my toxic trait is thinking that makes me a better person. Same. I'm like, no, but I'm actually better than you because I'm doing it the right way. Same. You're doing it wrong.
Same.
Like, I'll literally watch Fraser
I'm doing it and I'm looking after the children.
Do you know what? Yeah. It's actually very toxic because I do think I overwork myself in every area of my life. And I act like everyone else should be like, wow. Yeah. Like you should be proud of me. Like I wear it as a badge of honour.
It's so true.
Like, look how battered and bruised I am by life. True. Like, what do I want? A medal? And even a medal I wouldn't be happy with.
This is it.
So what do I want?
Nobody actually is standing.
No one's making me do it.
And this is my go-to phrase. Like my friend Rochelle will say, who sent you?
Literally.
Who sent you to do all of that?
Literally.
And then you can't be like, God, I'm pooped. Because I do that.
Why?
I will literally have a to-do list and put more things as the paper's finishing.
I'll literally get to bed crying.
Literally.
Like, today's been so stressful.
Yeah.
And Fraser's like, but I told you not to do it.
Yeah.
I told you to leave it. No one needed you to wipe the area under the bin.
You know what? No matter what, the house is going to be a mess.
That's a hard truth.
Like, even if
I hate that,
you
though.
do
I
a deep clean, even
yeah.
if you do a deep clean, tomorrow there will always be something you need to clean. Always. Especially with those little people running around. There's going to be crumbs in places that you can't get to.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah. I have to accept that kitchen's always going to be a mess.
Yes. And to leave that load of washing.
Off.
And you know what? Another thing? There will always be a load of washing. Do you know why there will always be a load of washing? Because even when you finish, say you get to the bottom of the dirty clothes basket, you see the clothes you're wearing?
Dirty.
They also need to go into the washing machine.
So everyone has to be naked.
For it to work.
Finally.
Literally. It's all roaming around naked. Nobody get dressed because I'm not washing any more clothes.
Honestly.
It's all of that. Okay, cool.
Honestly.
So, what advice would you give to a new mum?
Don't do it.
No, actually, don't do it. No, actually, don't do it. She's not joking. She's not. Don't do it. It's a trick. If you don't want kids, don't have them. No, for real. This is an honest conversation.
It's true. It's true.
If you don't want to have children and you feel like you're not maternal, don't have them. Don't let other people pressure you into having children because they are not going to be the parent at the end of the day. You are. And I think this is what society does. You get to an age, you get married, whatever.
Especially as women, it's just like a conveyor
Literally,
belt.
it's kind of like...
What next? When are the kids? When are the kids coming?
Yeah, you have one when you're having...
Yeah.
You have one when you're having a
Someone
second.
said, when you're having your next. I actually laughed in their face. I was like, are you serious?
Are you actually being serious?
I'm still depressed.
Literally. And the depression is even different now because I'm in different stages of depression. Do you know what I mean? Are you going to pay for my therapy? No, you're not. So sling your rook.
Yeah, it's true. Face your front.
Literally, face your front. Who sent you? Who sent you? Leave me alone.
Yeah, I think
Sorry, go on, advice. You see how I just jumped in. Go on.
It's okay. I need time to think, so like I'm not complaining. I think my advice would literally just be to like hold space for yourself and force others to hold space for you too.
Yes.
Say things with your chest.
This is it. Sorry, because I can't help myself. No, I was also going to say, ask what you need. Ask for what you need.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
This is it.
Yeah,
like, because I think sometimes what happens is that you think, oh, this person wants to help me. This is what they're giving me as help. I should take it. But if you feel like that's going to make you more overwhelmed, then don't take it. Say, I need you to do this.
Yeah.
Whether it's come over and bring me dinner.
Yeah, literally.
Or,
just say.
You know what I mean? Or take Brooke for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, be clear about what you need. But that comes with time.
And experience, I guess.
It does. Because looking back at myself with newborns, no. I was too scared to kind of say like, and I didn't know who I was again. So I didn't know what I wanted or what I needed. I
think, but before Brooke, I was living very unintentionally.
Yeah. Sorry,
I was just on a whim.
Just need to get my lip gloss. Yeah, sorry, with my toe. Yeah, go on.
I was just on a whim.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know myself.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I did to chill out. I still don't have a hobby.
Yeah.
What's your hobby? Lip gloss.
You're a ruler for that. Because you asked me that before we filmed and I told you I got triggered. And here she is, doing it on camera. Do you know what? I don't have a hobby.
I don't have a hobby.
But I might start sewing when I get home. I start doing crochet.
But that's what I mean. If you have that before, we fall back on it then, can't you? But if you're already living pretty aimlessly, then after, there's nothing to ground you back to your former identity. Because what was that? What was that identity?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel like I had a me before.
Yeah.
So why did I expect there to be a me after?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, what am I meant to do?
And don't you think that you're kind of using your time doing things like going out with friends and stuff like that, but really you're still kind of depressed?
Yeah.
Like, I was depressed with the mundane of life.
Start therapy before kids. Just start. Get in the habit. Because that to drag me kicking and screaming.
Yes, exactly.
And I still haven't been in 6 months. So.
And you're on your last whim. Therapy is really difficult, though. I've started again.
You're not a fan? It's necessary.
I'm not a fan because I don't like to feel uncomfortable. And I don't like to look deep in my actions. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So like only now I've recently started to notice that I parent a certain way because of my upbringing.
Triggered.
Not that I had an awful upbringing.
No.
Because if my mom watches this, she'll be like, you had a great childhood. I had a lovely childhood. Yeah, my mom and dad amazing. But I'm just trying to say that like I was the oldest sibling. So with being the oldest sibling, it comes with feeling like you have to always have the answers for everybody, feeling like you have to protect everybody. And I've got that in me to parent now, where I feel like I have to have the answers for the kids all the time. I've got to have the answers for Lloyd. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like
a lot of pressure.
This is it. Pressure from nobody but myself.
Yeah. But then I think that is actually a good point. I think that like for me, because I can say if my mum's not here anymore, my dad's around, but like he don't care. I can say with my chest that my childhood wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And I actually think it's really interesting because when I say that, my friends are like,
yeah.
Don't let your mum hear you say that. Don't let your dad hear you say that. I'm like, no, but they made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm not gonna.
And their story is not your story.
Yeah, exactly. I like if you can't look at how you're raised and name one thing that you do differently, then you're not being truthful with yourself. This is it. They can't be perfect. No one's perfect.
This is it.
So I can see like what went wrong in some sense, and I have to like try to remedy that. Like I can't just hold that as a generational thing. Yeah. And like one of the things for me was like I was hyper independent. Like growing up, I think like because it was just me, my mum was quite ill. Like I was always looking after someone. Yeah. And so like Brooke, I don't want Brooke to look at me and think that you must hold the weight of the world and try to do everything. That's not. I don't want her to be like me. Like when I got married and the church were like, yeah, the man's gonna lead the house. I said, me be led, submit.
Yeah.
I had to check myself and be like, no, but partnership.
Yeah.
Like when do I like? Even when I say complain about the housework, Fraser tries to do something. I'm like, you're doing it wrong. Move out the way. Not even. I won't even let him do it his way. Just let me do it, and then I'll complain that I did it.
That's another thing.
Scary.
Letting your husband, letting your partner do it their way.
Let people help, even if it's not your way. Just let them help.
Because who said your way's right? Do you know what I mean?
But like I say that and I still think in my head that my way is right.
Same.
Like I hear it, but my way is actually right. Like,
but the thing is, because you're always doing it, in your mind you've told yourself it's right. Yeah. But it's not.
Like
the way you clean the house, whoop-de-doo. Oh, you wipe it with the freaking special cloth, and like you use the method spray, and Fraser uses the anti-bac. Oh,
yeah, I know.
It's I say method, but it's not method. No. Do you know why it's not method? Because back in the day, we bought method, and I just refill it with a cheap one,
just to give you the feeling.
Just to make me feel like
I actually hear that. Someone gave us like a Bayliss and Harding, like, and I just kept filling it with soap because I was like,
fancy. How's anyone gonna know?
Who cares?
Also, how do I know?
Who do I invite over? Who's in my house?
How do I know that method is actually method?
Placebo.
How did we get into this? Anyway.
Tangent.
Yeah, so that's your advice.
That's my advice. Method.
What else? I'm trying to think what else I would say. Just to be kind to yourself, and just know that there is no book. There's no book. There's no way of doing things. You are going to question everything you do. Yeah. You're going to question everything you do, and that's okay. And also, I also think that mum guilt is a placebo. Ooh. I feel like you cannot dwell on what you've done. If I've decided to do something for my sons, I've done it from a place of love and
everything's
care,
at a place of love, isn't it? Yeah.
So why am I going back on that and feeling like, oh, is that the right thing to do? I've done it now. It is what it is. Look at me speaking. Tonight I'm gonna be like, I'm
sorry. I know.
Yeah, because I say that, but I'm speaking to myself, because I do that where I'll make a decision on something and I'll be like, I'm being a good mum. You question yourself regardless, but it's just like you are doing the best that you can with what you know, and it's just that simple.
Yeah, I think like you have to remember, like, your children just love you.
This is it.
They just love you. Yeah. Like sometimes, like in my career or anything, I'll just feel like I'm failing. I'm not doing well, and I have to actually like reframe it and be like, Brooke doesn't look at me and think, oh, she's a terrible accountant. Literally. Not very good at a job, is she? She doesn't care. She just like loves me. She'd love me if I was a bin man. She doesn't care. Yeah. And like I have to put that in perspective, and like my husband loves me, whatever. Yeah. So who am I trying to impress? Like even when I'm trying to be a supermum at home and I'm doing all the cleaning, all the cooking, like Brooke will like a clean house, Fraser likes a clean house, but neither of them think of me less if the house isn't like I think of me less.
This is it.
At myself here. I'm like, okay.
It's the pressure that you put on yourself as like,
it's so bad.
Being great is like having the house clean and having cooked dinner.
But then if your child is taking that on, like, do you want that like, because I heard someone say, oh, the way you talk to your children and talk to yourself around your children is how they develop their inner voice. Yeah. So I'm like, I can't keep stressing myself out like this. I don't want them to think that this is how they should be stressed.
This is it. And I think
be carefree.
This is it. And one thing I've had to do is stop. So like sometimes when my son's like coming to me with a car and I'm trying to do the washing, I just stop.
You have to.
But I never used to. I used to be like, can you go and play with your brother? Can you
I'm still like that.
I still tell him to go and play with his brother because you need to know that I'm not the only one that you can play with.
Yeah.
You know? There's other people in this house. You need to not just be used to me because now when I need a break and need to go, you're screaming and crying. You need to know how to play on your own.
Yeah.
How to play with your brother, play with your dad, play with your aunties, all this thing. But now I've kind of, sometimes I'm like, okay, cool. We're not going to get this time back. Blah, de, blah, de, blah. Let me go and play flipping cards for the 100th time. Yeah. So I try and give them that time.
When it's like the third or fourth time, he said, I can't do this. I'm washing up. You have to be like, catch yourself and be like, the washing up can wait.
It's going to wait. And like I said, there will always be dishes in the sink. Even if you clean the sink, next day, when they have their breakfast, the Weetabix bowls will be in there. That reminds me of there's Weetabix bowls in my sink right now.
Do you know how hard Weetabix bowls are to clean?
I nearly vomited when I left the house because I was like, I'm going to have to clean up when I get back. I'm going to have to use a freaking, what do you call those silver things? Those freaking aluminium foil. Yeah, I'm going to have to use one of those.
Fraser loves to leave things to soak because we just got bare things soaking.
When you soak it, you could just clean it. Do you know what I mean? How very dare you? But yeah, no. Ashanti.
Yes.
Thank you. No, honestly, I need to pee, but I don't need to pee anymore because I'm just so happy that you're here. Like, this has been...
Had a great time.
We really have. I'm going to get you back on. No, I'm going to get... Shut up. Sorry, that was so rude. Usually I punch
with that
people.
close now, she's like, literally, shut up.
Usually I just look at my ring. I usually just punch people and be like, shut up. But I mean, be quiet. No, but honestly, thank you for coming in today into my studio. Me and Ashanti actually painted this. It's called the
realization.
The reality of the toddler-isms, because that's what we're in at the moment.
It actually represents how messy we are.
Literally. So the red brings out her eyes, and then and the green.
Why is your hand so large?
You're so right. Okay. Thank you for coming on to my first episode
of
The Debrief.
The Debrief.
That's what we're going to call it, The Debrief. Okay, I'm not remember. No, but honestly, thank you so much for coming.
It's fine.
I'm going to put Ashanti's socials down below. Do you want me to put your socials?
Go on then.
Go on. If you're begging for it, you're yearning for it. No, I'm going to put her socials down below and everything. If you want to follow her, she's just amazing.
Oh, thanks.
And also, wait, do you still do art?
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to
talk about that.
Right, hold on a minute, baby. No, hold on. Right. So Shanti messaged, she DM'd me. You always DM me, right? And I'm always...
I've been fangirling. No, but I have. I've been replying to your stories like your best friend, like, oh my gosh, yeah, lol. Yeah, no, I've been fangirl.
Right, so obviously... I'm not always on my phone, right? Look at me.
It's okay. She saw it to just aired it. Okay.
No, because sometimes I open... You know how it is when you've got kids. When you open it... And
but no one's messaging me, so I don't know how it is. I don't. But it's fine. You replied eventually.
Anyway, so she messaged me, she was like... Because we were speaking on email, right? Because she emailed in, da-da-da-da-da. So she messaged me, she was like, oh, I've drew you like a while back. And I was like, did you? I scrolled and I was like, oh my God, you drew me.
Like 2017 or 18 or something.
Do you still do that?
Sometimes, yeah. That was
I want to put it here for you to see. Like, she drew me annoyed.
Let me redo it. It's like 5 years ago.
No, but I love it still. Because you really showed that smile.
Kids and stuff, wasn't it? Wow. Yeah, I do. I do like pick up things. Okay. And I'm like, yeah. And then I stop.
No, but you should do it again.
By the time you see this.
No, but honestly, no, look at me. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. You should do it again.
I should do it again. Because you told me to do it, I'll do it. Because I'm a big fan.
Because honestly, that would look amazing on like tote bags and...
Yeah, facts. What, just your face?
Yeah. I just sent you loads of pictures of myself in different angles. Like, hello guys.
Welcome. Do you know what? I started doing fashion stuff with it, like during a trainers. I'm going off a tangent, but yeah, add me up.
No, but please.
On those things.
Please do it again. Yeah. I know it's a lot. When you've got kids, you're working and everything.
No, but if you can do this, then I can draw as well, right?
Yeah,
inspire me.
Yeah.
Every time you release one, I'll release another.
Basically, no, you release 4. So every time I put out a video, you release 4. Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on to the Debrief. Honestly, we need to do a thumbnail, and I'm just so excited because this conversation is what is needed. You know what I mean? I feel like it's so important to be honest, to be raw. And going forward, like I want women who want to have kids in the future, just to know what you're stepping into.
Yeah.
And not to scare them, but just to be honest.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women don't have that support group where they can be honest. And sometimes depending on who you are as a person, you might not want to hear what it's going to be like. It might scare you and all of that stuff. So,
and I feel like I need to say, because I feel like I've been not negative. There's not negativity, but like having Brooke is the most joy bringing.
That was what I was going to ask you.
Beautiful part of my life. Like it is the best part of my life.
Yes.
And it is the worst part of my life at the same time.
Of course.
I've had the best moments in motherhood in my life, and I've had the worst moments and I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
And like when I say motherhood's amazing, I can't actually say why it is.
Yeah.
I just know in my heart it is an amazing thing and I love it.
It's to watch a little person who's half you, half your husband grow and just hit milestones and just love life. And
it is nothing better.
There's nothing better. And it's just so, the innocence.
Yeah.
Watching the innocence of them growing up and the small joys.
Yeah.
Like, you would do the smallest thing. Like, you could buy her, like, I don't know, like a toy from the pound shop. And like, oh my God, mommy, fall off me. And they just love
Bring
it.
A tear to my
literally.
Yeah, so nice.
And it's like, it's just so innocent and it's just beautiful. And just watching them laugh and all of that.
It still is beautiful, but it's just hard.
It is hard. It is, because
and
you've got a toddler as well.
It's okay. Nothing easy is, what's it?
Nothing worth having is easy.
Ooh. That's what I was going to
Blueprint. I think I just made that up. You know, I make up sayings. Like in every video,
I say things wrong and it's quite embarrassing.
Moving quiet like the ass of lasagna. I don't know. I think Lil Wayne said it. Don't know. But thank you, Ashanti, darling.
You're very welcome. Thanks.